Alright, hello and welcome to Microsoft Word Textbook Project 4. So you're going to want to really make sure that you are properly downloading the file that we're going to use for this because it already has a bunch of stuff typed into it. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to do is insert a cover page. So we're going to go to the Insert tab, and right over here in the Pages section, click Cover Page, and we're going to scroll down to Retrospect. Just like that. And we're going to replace some of this placeholder text. So we're going to type employee retreats. My caps lock is on. And our subtext is going to be recharge, reconnect, and renew. And way down here, not quite that far, our name this time is actually going to be Kara Bates, event coordinator. Our company name is Awakenings Lodge, and Conference Center. And then I want to type this address into the company address section. Also, if y'all don't use the number keypad on the right hand side of the keyboard, you really should. Total side note. You're going to format characters in small caps and modify character spacing. So you're going to come up here, we're going to highlight all of this. We're going to go back to home and we're going to click this little button to pull out the super fancy fonts options. It wants us to click bold and then click small caps. Then we're going to come into advanced. We're going to make our spacing expanded. And we're going to do it by 5. Yep, cool. So some more formatting stuff, some stuff about print stuff, and deleting a page break. So we're going to scroll down to team building activities. Select this and press the delete key. And we want to apply some headings and styles. So way up here, we're going to double click this to highlight this whole thing. We'll make it heading 1, and facility, again, double click, but make this one heading 2. Cool. And we want to change our left indent. So basically we want this paragraph to look a little more like this one. So we're going to come up here to this little hourglass looking thing, click it and drag it to this little larger hash mark. So this is a 1-inch margin from where everything is starting to be formatted all the way over. Then we have 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6.5 inches of space that we're actually working with. And then these kind of like bigger little hash marks are our halves, so 1/2 inch indent. Cool. Alright, so we want to insert the retrospect header, but we want to make sure that it's not going to show up on our cover page. Okay. And so right now, this is showing up here, but it isn't showing up here. That's because this different first page box is checked. If we uncheck it, it will also show up here, but per instructions, we want that checked so it's only showing up down there. And we want to remove a content control. So that's this little thing. So we're going to right click it, remove content control. And so now we're going to do some super fancy text formatting. So we want the Choose Awakenings thing selected. So this whole little bit. And we're going to come in here and we're going to do a bunch of stuff. So first we want to change our font color to Orange Accent 2, which is this one. And then we want to make it size 16. You can do a lot that's in here just up in this little section, but our advanced stuff we need to be in here, and we're going to get to that very soon. So we also want this small caps effect, and then we're going to go into our advanced tab, and we're going to make our spacing expanded by a matter of 2. Cool. So now we want to look at some lists. Yeah, this part's going to take a little bit. Well, not this part, the next part. We're going to do a lot of lists and a lot of tables today. So we want to highlight this. We want to go to our bullet library, which is everything way up here. And we want to click this one. Except it's going to get fancy on us, and it's going to have us change the color by creating a custom bullet. So back over here, we want to go up here. We're literally going to make this one that I already have, but we're going to define a new bullet. Go into the font section and just change the color to Orange Accent 1. Sorry, Orange Accent 2. Then you're going to click OK. You click OK. I'm going to click Cancel just because I've already made it. And then you should end up with this. And we want to change our paragraph indent. So right now, our text is in line with the text of the paragraphs above and below, but our bullets are not. So we're going to highlight all of our paragraphs and just take the bottom half of our hourglass is now broken up, but we want to take the bottom and drag it so that the top half is at that 1/2 inch mark. Yeah, the bottom will drag both, the top will only move itself. So to change the right indent, exact same thing, but we're just going to grab way over here and pull it toward the 6. And you're going to highlight all of the paragraphs so that it does that to all of them. Okay. And we want to insert a page break. So we're going to scroll for team building activities. And you can click into the control panel and press insert, or you can hold control and press enter. So now we want a multi-level list. So we're going to click this little one that's kind of shifting to the right as it goes, and we're going to want this one. That's a lie. We're going to click into this paragraph, then click our multi-level list, and then press that. Yeah, also just know that the pictures are generally one page before the instructions. I don't know why, they just are. Okay. We want indoor team building activities. We're going to press enter, and then we're going to press tab to bring this kind of one level in. So this is working probably really similar to Google Docs if you've ever made a bulleted list in there. Then we're going to type board games, card games, and pool table. Make sure you follow their formatting exactly, unlike me. Alright, and then we're going to press Shift and Tab press Enter, hold Shift and press Tab to kind of pull that bullet point back. And we're going to type outdoor team building activities. There we go. And press Tab. So we want light activity. So not particularly strenuous. Things that they offer. So enter tab, scenic hayride, bonfire with s'mores, and a scavenger hunt. I'm going to press enter, so you can hold shift and press tab again, or if you press enter once, that will also bring you back one bullet, indent, whatever. So on moderate activity, enter tab, archery, bike riding with guide, or hiking with guide. And we want to change our picture to a bullet, so we're going to click right here. We're going to go to this button, you're going to click define new bullet, you're going to go to picture, you're going to say work offline. So you should have it downloaded, the picture that we need already. It'll be called this. You're just going to open it, you're going to click OK again. It's going to create a bullet that I already have. That will look like this. Also note when I change one, it will change all of them. Yeah, so this is telling you how to download it off the internet. We're not going to do that because we got it downloaded. So now we want to turn this little triangle doohickey into just an open circle. So similar thing, we're going to click our bullets option and click the open circle, and all of them will be changed. We don't need to change our squares though, so we're good on that. The next thing that we want to do is actually sort in alphabetical order. And so we're going to highlight, we're going to click this A to Z button, paragraphs, text, ascending. So it'll start with the beginning of the alphabet and then go down to the bottom, just like that. These are the actual instructions for doing that. Editing and formatting tables. So we're going to do a bunch of stuff with the table up here. So first we want to change column width. So this is a little bit like Excel. I'm going to click into the table. I'm going to hover over this border. Hold on. I don't know how I angered the gods on that one, but whatever. I'm going to hover over it. And if you click twice, it snaps to the correct size. Again, a lot like Excel does when you click those column headers. And we want to squish this one up. Just like that. Then we want to go to specifics. So we're going to go into this table tools section, layout, and it has us going column by column. So this one should be 1.6. This next one will be 0.98. And lastly, 1.06. Beautiful. And we want to change our row height. So I'm going to highlight all of the rows except for the very top one. And I'm going to type 0.3. And I want to apply a table style. So in design, we're going to click this little button to get more. We're going to go down to this one because we were told to. To align data in cells. So if I want to highlight this whole first column, go back to layout and click this little button, left center, so left center, left top, left bottom, top center, 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 bottom center, right bottom, right center, right top, exactly as you would expect up there. And we want our second and third columns, and we'll make those right center, center right, whatever. Adjust it to the right hand side, but in the middle of the row. So to center a table, so we'll click the table, we'll click this. This will pop up, center button. You can also, if you saw the little highlight show up, you can press Control E. That will also move it. And we're going to sort our table. So we're going to press this. We want to be in table layout. We're going to find sort A to Z way over here. Set up exactly how we want it already. And click OK. Okay. And so we're going to make sure our table is selected. Cell margins, allow cell spacing, and we want this to be 0.02. Yep. And we can also change the margins within cells. So we're going to go back up to cell margins. We're going to make the top 0.02. Same for the bottom. So the margins of the cells work pretty much exactly like the margins of the actual document, in that Word won't put any information 0.02 inches from the top or bottom of the cell, or 0.1 inches to the left or right of the cell. Cool, moving on. So to distribute columns, so we're going to click in here. We want just our second and third columns, and we're going to click this button, which will just make them the exact same size. Hold on. We're going to highlight the entirety of the two columns and then press that button so that they're all nice and clean and even and pretty. So now we want to delete a blank paragraph. So if we look, we have this giant blank page with no information. That's because working with and expanding this table pushed this page break onto its own page. So rather than get rid of the page break, because we do want that in there, we're going to go to this paragraph and just press delete. Backspace will do something sort of similar, but you might end up messing with your table, and it's better to press delete as a way to formally delete and remove information. So now we want to go into the other pre-made table. Start with layout and view grid lines so we can actually see what we're working with. We're going to come up here. We're going to split cell, 2 columns, 1 row. We just did that. All right. And to move the cell boundary, we're going to come in, hover over it. We'll get those little arrows. You might have to click out of it and then hover over it. And it should kind of want to snap to position above this other line because it feels all nice and clean. All right, and we want to enter some text. So these are our fee-based options. And right in here, we're going to type fee per, press enter, and then person, and we want this aligned right center. So distributing rows, select the rows, press the distribute row button, which is that one. I think we're going to do that in a little bit actually. Yep. No, we're going to insert a column. So we're going to press that. We want to insert it to the left, so we'll press insert left. Obviously, if you wanted it to the right, you would click insert right. Just some different ways to make sure that you insert stuff correctly or delete stuff if you want to. And we want to merge some of our cells. So click here, hold shift, click here. Click merge cells. And we're going to click here, way down here. Merge cells again, and same thing down below. Hold on, it looks like I missed the part where we redistributed rows. So just highlight all of these and click redistribute rows, and it'll look all nice and pretty and even, which is super cool. Did all of this, and we want to change the direction of some text. So we're going to click dining fees. And if we look, we want it to be arranged like this. So we're going to click text direction and make sure it's reading from bottom to top. Or then I'm going to move it to like center. Same with the activity fees. So you should only have to click text direction twice to make it change, and then center. And we want to resize using AutoFit. So we're going to be in this cell because the cell will cover both of these rows. So we're going to click AutoFit, not table properties, AutoFit with contents just like that. And then we're going to click into the minimum attendees column and change this 0.85 to a 0.95. We're going to highlight the entire column and then type 0.95. Okay. And we want to insert a row, merge some cells. All right. This should be formatted left center. Okay. So we also want to insert one above. Then we're going to merge all of those, and we're going to type this dining and team building activity. Okay. So we need to type that center, and then we're just going to bold it. You can go home, you can press bold, you can hold control, you can press B. I recommend the latter. So to shade a cell, we want to click in here, go over to the design tab, pull down shading, and we want orange, accent to 60% lighter, and we want both of these cells to have that as well, so you can drag to highlight, you can control click, shift click, whatever you want. You can also just shade them both individually. And we want to come up to our title row, back to our layout tab, make this top row 0.34 inches tall. And we want to hide our grid lines again. And then we want to add a border. So we want our color to be not automatic, but this blue accent 1. Yep. Click OK. And I missed something in our borders. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do today is create a watermark. So we have all of our lovely info and we're going to throw a watermark behind it. So we're going to go to Insert, make sure nothing is clicked, and then we want watermark, right? Nope. Design, watermark, custom watermark. We want text. We want it to say team. This is why my caps lock was on in the beginning. And we want it to be horizontal, not diagonal. And there we go. So you've got some stuff. This is creating the watermark we just did. Check your spelling. Make sure you've saved it correctly. Make sure you exit and, upload to the Mind tab thingy correctly and all that jazz. Okay.